For many years, the best clubs in the world have tried to crack the talent identification paradigm in Africa. A handful of clubs, such as Ajax and Arsenal, have managed to set up operations, but are simply waiting to stumble upon the next wonder kid. Most of these have pulled out, realizing they know very little about the environment and find it too difficult to operate in Africa. Right to Dream has the advantage to have started as the most fundamental form of organised football in Africa, the grassroots club. As we grew, we developed our network and became experts understanding where these children come from and the challenges they faced growing up. This gave us unique insight to develop a model that addressed these issues and allowed us to identify their potential. We believe that talent is an expression of the complex interplay between genetics, personality, and the environment in which a child grows up. When you look at talent in this way, within the context of West Africa, you realize that the talent is out there and that discovering it is a logistical problem. The key to successful talent ID is finding the best solution to that problem. Our solution actually starts with Google Maps. Before we go to a community, we plot every pitch and school. This allows us to plot the access to purposeful training and learning. Alongside this, we plot areas of low socioeconomic standing. This acts as a proxy for dedication. As often in West Africa, a child's determination comes from their desire for upward social change, for themselves and for their families. After plotting all of the pitches and schools within the locality, you start to see patterns. We profile these areas and process our data to then select one pitch that promises to be the most likely location for us to identify talented athletes and students. That pitch is often a centre within the community, a focus point that allows us to invite all of the local youth teams to participate in a recruitment event. The trial event follows Right to Dream's holistic model of development and therefore tests all participants in football, academics and character. Football testing looks to assess game intelligence, technique, personality, speed, strength, and if possible, find that X factor that brings a little bit of magic. Interesting players will also be physiologically tested to try to determine growth. Academics testing is done through a cognitive abilities test to determine learning potential instead of syllabus-specific training. For a girls' program, this is even more important given there are fewer opportunities for them in professional football. Last but not least, we assess players according to their character through a qualitative approach based on principles of psychological theory and behavioural science. This scientific approach to talent ID reduces our risk of selecting student athletes who may not be able to go through the rigorous program at the academy. The selected ones will be invited for a second trial, and if successful, they will join their relevant age group at the academy for a minimum of 2 weeks before our team takes a decision. Our approach to talent identification is unique, and it allows us to successfully assess between 25,000 and 30,000 children over the course of 7 months. After 15 years of doing this, we have developed a regional network of more than 1,300 grassroots clubs in Ghana, Ivory Coast, and part of Nigeria. Our aim is to continue growing our scouting network in West Africa and bring our unique methodology to the entire continent.